Alrighty, and we should be live, I think. I'll just ping our Discord, let everybody know. There we go. Cool. Alright, so today we will be continuing with our weather app thing that we're doing, project, and yeah, going from there. Got a new API key because yesterday it got leaked and that sucks, so we are now, that one, whatever is in that stream does not work anymore, so too bad. Anyway, so let's continue on. I think I want to rejig this a little bit. I think to this, for images, I'm gonna add make each of these entries an object, and then have a description and an associated image path. So, hey yo, what's up BK? How's it going? All right, so let's get started here. So last time we fetched the cities here. So I think what we can do now is we can make a form to get the my channel looks different. Yeah, I changed my name, BK. Updated it a little bit, and some things changed around, but the content's the exact same. Our mission is not changing, so worry not. Okay, so then let's do like we can label this something else. So we can do let's say form location. Oh, yeah, actually, I probably want to put this in a div now. Location. Form location. Get location. Search location. And then we can have a label. Or actually, we could do a form row or something. Form row. Label for location search. City. I could also have this form obviously we could probably do the API call like in here as an action, which gets sent to the JavaScript, but I think I'm just going to do it manually. Then we need a search button. Something like that. We can make it look pretty later. And then we can just print the results to a whatchamacallit, we can print the results to console. So what we need to do is, I'm just commenting this out for now so I have it, but I'm going to make a new module. And I'm not going to make a separate folder for the modules because this is just a small project. So we'll do, oh wait, that's in types. Never mind. That's not what I want. New file. Let's call it display manager. Do I want to call it display manager? What do I want to call it? Display or display controller dot ts. So then we'll do const display controller export display controller, right? And then we'll import that in here. All right, so then all the display related events will happen in here. So we need to grab the search field, right? So const location search input as an HTML input element. Wait, why is this not? Oh, do I need to import? Hold on. I might need to have the DOM in here. Types node. Or is it lib? I forget. DOM? Yes, it is. Okay. HTML input element equals document dot query selector. Input location search input. I think I named it field though. Yeah, let's do input as HTML input element, right? Const location search button HTML button. Button dot location search button as HTML button. Okay. And then we will do a const find or query location maybe. And then we'll say location search button dot add event listener click query location. Oh, I need to do that before. I need to do this after. Sure. That's fine. Yo, what's up? How goes it? And then, so in the query location function, we'll have, we'll send that API call to our, let me just make sure how many free API calls we get. We get 3,000, okay. That's not too bad. We will not hit that limit. So we need to import the location object, and then we need to do our query for the city. So we can just copy paste this. And then this needs to be an async. So we'll do await. Although I think actually I don't need to do it as an async if it's a promise, right? Yeah, I can change the syntax to async await. So I'll do async await, and then we'll say if dot well, actually no, we'll just console log it. I don't know if I need to I don't know. I'm sure this console log will work, right? And then I'll say, we'll actually do an early exit if the city field is empty. So we'll say if location search input dot value is empty, then we'll just return or something like that, right? Location search input dot value, and then we'll console log it. So let's test this. Oh, I need to parameter E, event. Oh, perfect. Nice. Okay, so the search feature worked. Very good. It's exactly what we wanted. Right? So then we can, with this location data, we can add it to the screen. You're on day 2, LOL, I'm installing Linux. Yeah, it does say that. Although, Rahul, I can honestly say that you could probably get away with doing it on Windows. I think the Odin project is a little presumptuous in that sense. But what flavor of Linux are you installing? I'm just curious. Or not flavor, but distribution. Okay, so what do we want to do? So we have our location, and then we want to obviously put the locations as a list. So we can say location search or something. Okay, this is I don't know, naming is not my strong suit. Okay. So, good. Why are we having an error here? Headers, no overload matches. Oh, request init headers. Headers object and object literal, an array of 2 items. Oh, because it doesn't like the fact that this is not a headers type, I think. I can fix that easily. Headers, create header object TypeScript or JS. You're thinking of installing Ubuntu since that's their top suggestion? Fedora is good too. Does it matter which distribution? No, Rahul, it doesn't. If I had to suggest one, though, I would say Linux Mint is a good option, or Ubuntu is good too. Yeah, exactly, Rahul, exactly. Getting used to the command line is huge. I totally agree. But I would say like Linux Mint is a great option. It's like Ubuntu but better. It's lighter weight. But it's up to you. I think Linux Mint, Ubuntu, Fedora, just don't do Arch. It's too complicated. It's not worth it. Don't do Arch. Don't do any like weird distribution that's unpopular. Just stick to the basics. You're going to have a much easier time. I think I can do... So can I do this as this then? Can I do this like as a new headers as headers init? Does that get rid of the error? Nice. Cool. What skills have I learned? So right now, Tyler, I have learned, I'll go to the paths here. So I did the foundations course, which is like basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And then after I finished the foundations course, I did some intermediate HTML and CSS, which is like CSS properties, like forms, CSS functions, CSS grid, stuff like that. And then now we're on the JavaScript course, which is pretty complicated. So I'm working on asynchronous JavaScript and APIs, and we're building a basic weather app. So that's what we're working on. You were really lost a few days ago? You had no clue to where to learn from? Yeah, so Rahul, if you want to like follow along with me, like I know I'm a little bit ahead, but if you go back into my live stream recordings from like a month ago, I start right at the beginning of Odin. So you can use those as a guide for yourself to follow along. If you want. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can totally. You can use those to help you out. And we've also got a Discord channel too, or a Discord server that you can join and ask questions. We don't have many people in there yet. It's only like 40 people, but you can join it. And like we have a learning and help channel where like anything you're stuck on, whether it's Linux related, something with the course, like there are people in there. Like we have this one moderator named Razorblade who's really helpful. He's a great person to talk to. So if that interests you at all, feel free. Okay, so let's get back to this. So I fixed the typing issue there. So then we get our location data, and then we need to put it out to the we need to put it onto the DOM, right? What's the difference between Mint and Ubuntu? Yeah, so I would say Mint is like a minimalist version of Ubuntu without a lot of the Ubuntu specific bloatware. But fundamentally, Ubuntu and Mint are built off of Debian. And Debian is like a Linux distribution as well. That's like kind of the baseline of a lot of other distributions. Like it uses apt package manager. There's a bunch of other things too. I wouldn't bother with Debian because it's like pretty pared down. But I would get Linux Mint. Or Ubuntu too, because the only thing with Ubuntu is it's by, it's run by a private company called a Canonical, and they put a bunch of their own BS in there. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but again, it doesn't really matter. Ubuntu's really, like, it's used quite frequently too. So either one, you'll be set. You'll be fine. Yeah, I appreciate that, Rahul. I appreciate that. Anyway, okay, so now we have our location data. So now we need to use this location data. I think I have it as a location response, weather response. I'm going to actually put the weather data type in there too. Weather data dot d.ts. Just refactoring a little bit here. Wait, where did that file even go? Did I put it in there? Yeah. Weather data. Oh, it's because it's hidden because I know why. This is it. Just get rid of this. Yeah, okay. So actually, you know what? Let's put this in here. And if I save that, rename. There we go. Okay. Oh, export type. And then we need to fix this again. I want to hide those. And then there's a way to... oh, I need to go to the settings JSON. Settings.json. When base name .ts. Sorry. You'll go with Mint. You'll join my Discord in a little bit. I appreciate that, Rahul. Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat for a minute. Just getting this sorted. There we go. That should be good. Now we should be good. Oh, but then I need to import it, obviously. There. Nice. Good, 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 good. Okay. Now I have that in its own types thing. Okay. And then I should put the location data. Oh no, that's already fine. Location response as location response. Good. And then we'll do const refresh location list or something like that. And then we will add that code for the DOM manipulation. So I need another div for the list of locations. So basically what we're going to do is when we look for a city, there's multiple cities. Like if I do like Paris, for example, and then I find locations, should work. Oh, I don't print it to the screen. That's right. Right? There's 5 different cities that have the name Paris. Right? Or at least there's 5 results. So some are in Texas, Kentucky. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to populate a list of the different cities that come back. And then use those. Basically, the user can then click a city that they're interested in based on where it is. And then they can get the weather for that city based on its latitude and longitude. That's essentially what we're going for. So I just need to set that up. Refresh location, or add refresh location display maybe with the location data. And then also I want to pass in the data as a location data type or location response. Yo, how's it going, display? How are you? Just going to take a 5-minute break here. Let me, geo. API, no. Okay, yeah, so then, as I said earlier, is our approach here is going to be to get the locations, and then populate them on the screen. And then from that, we can get the weather data for each one. Like we can make them maybe a clickable link or something that like expands a little card of some kind. Or even like, depending on what one you click, it changes another form down here, or like a display for the weather. I don't know. But yeah. What is the issue here? Oh, because it's an array of location responses. Right. Every time I refresh this, though, I think we're querying the API, which is not ideal. Because I don't want to run out of API calls. Yeah, that's the okay. So we need to not have that happen. I think for testing, I will just put it into a static variable. Wait. Although no, it shouldn't be querying anything because I'm not actually hitting the button. So it should be fine. Disregard what I said. Okay. Okay. We should be good. So this needs to be array of location responses, and then we populate the thing. So we have a div location results maybe, and then we'll do a UL location list, and then we'll populate this UL with list elements. There should be no, couldn't find module or its corresponding. Why? Location result. Oh, response. That's why. Okay. Okay, let's just skip this. Break's basically over anyway. Okay. So now we have an array of locations that we need to iterate through to get the list elements, right? So we'll create a target for the list location list. So we will do location, and then we will do const new location item equals as a list item equals a document dot create element of a list element, and then we'll say new location item dot class name equals location item list item or something, and then we can set the text name of it just to start. So we'll say new location item dot text content equals location dot city name, location dot state, location dot country, and then new location, or wait, no. Location list dot append child to of new location item. Right? So now when we search for a city, it should append to a list below this search. Right? So if we look up Paris, here we go. It's exactly what we wanted. And then now, of course, we need to give these maybe a button of some kind as well to query the weather data for them, right? And then I'm thinking we have to get the latitude and longitude out of this location as well. So we need to store that somewhere. Maybe as a data attribute attached to the new location item. Element. So okay, so first of all let's get some basic styling in here too. So let's do styles. Whoa. And then we'll say style.css. And then import as CSS from styles style. And then let's just test it. Font family. Yeah, that worked. Okay, good. Font size. Then we'll do UL display or list style. None. Good. Okay, so then for this we want just trying to think here. Because we need to add the attribute, right? So see data attributes. Oh, .dataset.columns. Okay, so I can do .dataset. Const new location. Text is HTML div, maybe. And then new location text dot class name equals location list item texts. And then we want a button too. So we want to say get weather or something. Right? So we'll have a button next to the description that will query the weather object, right? Which is here. So that's kind of how I'm thinking this is going to work. So we'll say new location item dot append child, new location text, and then the same for the button, and then we append it to the item itself, or to the list, sorry. So now if we search up London, find locations, then we have the name, and then we can do get weather, right? And then the other thing we can do is to the button, we can attach the latitude and longitude as data set items, right? I have a feeling these need to be strings. Yeah. That's fine. I should also probably, so that I don't have to do the API calls, I should probably have dummy data or something. That just loads. So instead of I'll just do London. And then I'll get this data here. Okay, we have to fix the formatting of this. Shit. So we're not doing API calls every time. And we need commas. Right? And then dummy location. And then we get rid of this for now. So now it doesn't matter what we type in here. We should just get the, yeah, good. Okay, that's just for testing. So we don't have to call the API every time. Okay. So now we need to style these to look a little better. So I'll say location list item, display flex. That looks better. Maybe like have a location list, display flex, flex direction column, gap like this. There, just so it's a little clearer. Right? Do a header. Header title, Odin weather. Just adding some basic styling in here. This, there we go. Nice. Maybe some padding on top and bottom. Sure. Maybe some padding, not padding, margin left of like something like this. Oh wait, not for location list, but also for the search, right? Location search. How's it going, Rajab? How are you? Yeah, margin left. Something like this. Could do a display. Well, gap. Actually, that would need to be on the form. Form location search. There we go. Cool. Then we need a margin bottom as well. Cool. There's some basic styling just for, so that when we're working with this, we can, looks a little nicer. We'll zoom it in a little too. Why don't I use ChatGPT? Because I want to learn myself villages. I feel like the best way to learn is, without the use of AI, but that's just my opinion. Okay, so we have our weather data here. I just have it returning a rote string so that I'm not making a bajillion API calls every single time. And then we have the, so now when we click this get weather, we need to make an API call to the weather object. We need to make an API call to the weather object to get the weather for that latitude and longitude. So I need to actually add an event listener to the new location button. So I can actually do that now. And I'm wondering whether I put that in its own function. Although I don't think I need to. I don't think it's that hard because the weather query accepts a latitude and longitude as a number. So, and then we refresh the weather display based on that, right? So I'll make a new function. And then I don't think this needs any params. Or yeah, actually, yeah, it does. It needs the weather data as a weather data object, right? So yeah, it is, Rahul. It isn't a great approach because then you're not learning from scratch. And exactly, AI can give you false info. I think honestly, the best thing for your understanding is to start even easier than you think you need, right? Like start at the very basics. You're going to be bored at the beginning, but then that basic, you're going to fill in some gaps, right? Like, so you're going to be like, oh, HTML is boring, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But maybe, for example, you didn't know something about some tag, right? That's going to fill in that gap. And then when you get a little bit more advanced, those gaps from earlier are going to be super well defined so that when you get to the more complicated stuff, you can follow it because you built that foundation. But Rahul, I had a very similar experience to you earlier on in my journey before I started this channel. Exactly. Unlearning bad habits. Yeah, it's really not easy. Okay. So we want to add an event listener to this. And then we'll do refresh weather. We'll just call refresh weather display with the latitude and longitude. So we'll say new location button dot latitude dot data set, sorry. And then I'm gonna have to cast this as a number. I think I could do it like this, no? I might be crazy. There's an easier way to do this. Oh, wait, because this... Oh, no, sorry, I want to query the... Sorry, this is my bad. I want to query the weather. So I want to do weather dot query. I need to import it. Import weather. New location button is possibly undefined. Oh. Learning fundamentals is super important. Yeah, I totally agree. I guess I can just like do a check. If new button dot dataset dot latitude. Whoops. And new location button dot dataset dot longitude. Then we only query if the data is defined. Right? Exactly. That's exactly right. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme at all. It takes a lot of dedicated hard work. And like the other thing I should mention, if you're new to my channel, like I have an entire CS degree coming into web development. I know a lot of CS theory and math. Like it was a very math-heavy degree. But I didn't learn any web development at all. And even though I had that 2 years of programming experience kind of in my degree, I had to start from scratch to learn web development because I had no freaking idea what I was doing. Like, not a clue. So it's like very deceptive like that. I think a lot of people have a false notion that coding is super easy, especially within the age of AI, but it really isn't. Because as you say, AI can give you false information. And if your project is so big that the AI can't fix what you want to do, or what you're trying to attempt to build, then you're screwed. You're at the mercy of the AI. And I would rather be the one controlling the AI than the AI controlling me, if that makes any sense. I think that's a good way of looking at it. I mean, you can obviously form your own opinions, but that's kind of my belief. So we query the weather data, and then obviously this returns the parsed data, right, as a, and I also have to await that return. So I have to do const weather or data equals await. And then I have to make this an async event listener function, I think. Yes. Okay. And then I need to refresh the weather display with that data. Like that. Oh, you're much older? Yeah, well, so I'm actually older too. I did an entire degree in biology before I got my CS degree. So I didn't start my CS degree till I was 22. And now I'm 25, so it's never too late. It's never too late. And I also want to reiterate that I don't work in software either. I work in IT for my day job. So yeah. I think what we'll do in here, just to check that the weather data was captured, is we'll just console log the weather data. So then what we can do is we can type in the name of, like, it doesn't matter because we have it as static, and then we can do this. There we go. So now you can see that because of all the setup that we did before, when we click the get weather button, we get the weather data here. And then we can use this data to populate the display down below. If that makes any sense. And all of this, if you want to see how I set up all of these objects here, go back to yesterday's stream and the stream before. Days 28 and 29. That's where we built out all this shit. So you're 22 right now. Yeah, you're not, you're definitely young, Rahul. Don't worry at all. I started mine at 22. I was actually 22, about to be 23 when I started. So it's never too late. Granted, I do have another degree in biology, but I don't really use it for much anymore. Because when I was 17, and this is the thing with society too, is like society expects you to know what you're going to want to do when you're a kid, like 17, 18 years old. Like going back, like I was so young. Like I had no clue. Like I thought I wanted to be a high school teacher, which is why I went into science. I thought I wanted to be a science teacher. But then like when COVID hit when I was 19, I had some time to sit with that idea, and I'm like, no, like that sucks. Like I don't want to do that. So I decided instead that I wanted to go into something that actually paid money. So I was like, oh, of course a CS degree is the natural choice. And I had interest in coding before. So, I did that and didn't start that until 2023. So, but we're all going at our own pace, which is good. And I think too, the other thing is you see a lot of people online, like, maybe they're using like AI tools to build these incredibly complicated projects that are super involved, and the end of the world's coming soon because AI is going to take everyone's job, and look at all these great AI startups that are creating these AI projects. I think that all that is a bit of a, I mean, again, you're entitled to your own opinion, but in my opinion, I think it's a little bit of a grift, kind of. You wanted nothing to do with CS, but now here you are, right on. What made you want to do CS, Rahul? I'm just curious because like for me, like I learned how to code when I was young. Like I screwed around in like Scratch and GameMaker and stuff, and then I always had an interest for it, but I never really like acted on the interest seriously until I was 22. So it does. Totally, Rahul. Well, you've come to the right place if you don't like to use AI for coding, because that's all but what I'm about. The only thing I've used AI for thus far is to generate types based on API responses. Like this response here was from an API, and I just like put in an API call and then asked chat to generate this custom type because I was too lazy to type it all myself. But other than like quick shortcuts like that, like I don't use AI for anything. That just saved me like 5 minutes of typing, basically. But I could have done it myself, right? So if you're using AI to do something A that's easy, B that's small in scope, and C that's something you could already do yourself, but just using the AI would save you time, then use the AI. But that's it. I think that's the limit of what you should use it for. That's my opinion, also. Your goal CS is to get financial independence, so there isn't another decent career path in your country. That's fair, Rahul. And it's good that you like programming, because that's what you're going to be doing as a CS person. Use AI to answer questions I don't understand. Well, that's good, Scar, if you get it to walk you through every step. You can't just get it to give you an answer. But if you say, walk me through this, give me all the steps, then that's fine. But the other thing you have to be aware of by doing that is the AI can be wrong, right? So you just have to keep that in mind, I guess. And double check if you feel like something's wrong, right? Because the AI could screw up. Okay. So no, exactly, Rahul. Exactly. Like don't put any sensitive data in there or anything like that. Okay, so we got our weather data. And then I'm going to use this data to populate a form down here, right? But the other thing I was thinking was we have this. I'll show you the type. Okay, so we have the time, the temperature, the apparent temperature, the day, whether it's day or not, description, direction, gust, speed, and surface pressure. Where am I from? I'm from Canada. Usually tell it to explain the steps for me without code, then write code myself. Yeah, that's good, Scar. That's good. You just have to be aware that sometimes it can give you false info. But that's a good use of it, I would say, if you're going to use AI. You're using it for learning the stops since you can... Yeah, exactly. Rahul. And the other thing is it can hallucinate sources, right? So what I'm actually thinking of doing with this is I'm actually going to create another type because I want to... So the way that this weather API that I have works is it... Let me open the weather data as well. Is it has a bunch of different codes for different descriptions. And then I was thinking, depending on the code, it can have an attached image that we can use, like whether it's like a sunny image or like a sun with some clouds or something like that, so we can have on the weather app here. If you have some way to verify that the information AI is giving you is correct, then you only should use it for, otherwise most likely not. All right, good night, Kathir. Most modern AI tools for programming. That's fair, Anthony. I honestly, and I'm going to be fully transparent too, I don't know a lot about the recent AI stuff. Like, I used AI a little bit in like 2023. And I've been following it a bit since then, like kind of, but Like I know what Claude Code and Cursor are, but I don't really like know how to use them or anything. So that could be. That could be. And you know what? If you want to use, if that's your prerogative and you want to use those tools, then by all means, you're within your rights too. Okay. Code Forces? I have not actually. What is that? Oh, is it like a... It's like a contest. I've done Leak Code. It looks similar to Leak Code, right? But yeah, no, I've done Leak Code. Not much Leak Code, but I've done a little bit. Per suggestion from a viewer. I haven't done it very much, but I have a little bit of problem solved here. And I do these all myself too, so... Anyway. It depends on you use AI. I actually wrote a short blog on how to effectively use it. Oh, right on, Anthony. That's dope. The base AI models stopped getting better, but the tooling around them's got really, really better since November. That's fair. That's kind of what I've heard too. Is like I think the AI models themselves are kind of stagnating. At least that's what I've heard. Again, I could be wrong on that, but that's the information that I have. I've seen a lot of senior devs not using AI. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So what I think I want to do is I want to attach images to these. So I'm going to create a custom type in here. Weather description. Or what should I call it? Weather description, sure. No, maybe not. Weather graphic, maybe? Say image path, or maybe path string caption string. Okay. And then in here we will do we'll import weather data and weather graphic, and then we'll have this as a weather graphic. And then we'll use constructors to add image paths here. Sorry, let me catch up on this. Codeforce is the same as LeetCode, but a lot tougher. Ooh, that's cool. I'll definitely look into it, Rahul. What made you want to pursue web development? Okay, so I wanted to do web development because I think for, and I've said this in a previous YouTube video that I uploaded on my channel, but when it comes to industry relevant skills, I think web development is a great foot in the door. It kind of gets me started learning industry relevant technologies, right? Because then I can go from web development and I can branch into a bunch of different directions. I can go to back end, I can go to systems, I can go to whatever, right? And it also gives me a fundamental understanding of how the web works, which I think is really important. But yeah, I have a computer science degree, Anthony, but it was mostly math based. It was math and CS theory. So like, for example, like data structures and algorithms, like I can do like medium LeetCode problems, some hard, but mostly just mediums, like in like 20-30 minutes. Like, so like that kind of knowledge I'm good at. Like I have knowledge around the theory and like using data types and like dynamic programming, greedy algorithms, stuff like that. More theoretical. But when it comes to actually like applying that knowledge to web development, I had no idea, which is why I started this YouTube channel, to kind of document my learning and hold myself accountable, I guess, if that makes sense. So that's kind of why I'm here. Okay, so we're gonna need some images here. Weather images. But weather status images? Maybe I should call it weather status as the type. Exactly, Anthony. Like that's kind of like problem solving skill. I learned a shit ton from my degree, which has kind of helped me learn web development. I'm not gonna lie. It's been huge for me. Um, Plus, like I get some help from my community as well. Like I have a Discord server that you can join if you're interested. And there's some folks in there that kind of help me out, and then I help them out, and it's kind of like a mutual thing. You can share projects, stuff like that. There's a link in my bio, so if you're interested, you can hop in there. It's kind of iffy. It's not super active right now. It's kind of small, but I'm hoping to grow it. I'm just looking for like stock weather status images here on my other monitor. These are all bad. Okay, these are good. Weather. I wonder if I could actually use the SVGs on the material symbols. Yeah. Sun. Yeah, I could use these. Weather. Then it would have to, the images would have to depend on whether it's night or day. So actually I could change that. Image path day. And then image path night. Right? Then we need an images folder. Would you say your problem solving skills were developed from your courses in college? How did you develop it over time personally? Lucid icons. Okay, I'll take a look. How did I develop it? I think so. I don't know if you were here earlier, Anthony, for this conversation, but I also have another degree in biology with a minor in philosophy. So, and I'm not gonna say that helped me with my problem solving skills, but it kind of taught me how to like think critically. And then I kind of took that knowledge and I applied it to my CS learning approach. So it's been a lot of years of university. I did 7 years of university. And I think kind of having that structure for that length of time has really helped me learn how to learn. And then that developed my problem solving skills through application of my learning strategies that I learned from my previous degree. That's kind of what I would say. Let me look up Lucid icons. Here we go. Oh yeah, these are good too. But do they have like daytime and nighttime ones? Maybe it doesn't matter. So I need to modify these. SVGs, yeah, I'm using SVGs. Exactly, that's the idea. I was gonna use the Google Fonts ones. I just need to download them and put them in here. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna mention, Anthony, I'm not using React yet. I haven't gotten there. So I'm following the Odin project as a guide. And right now it's just vanilla JavaScript. Well, I'm using TypeScript, but I'm trying to do everything in vanilla JS for now, which I know is a bit torturous, but you know, it is what it is. But then we get to the React course after a little bit more HTML, CSS. So I actually have never done React before. I'm doing literally just vanilla JSTS for now, but oh, no, it's all good. I wanted to start with TypeScript, Anthony, because I have a CS degree and I understand static typing. So I just wanted to jump right in. I figured I'd get a little bit ahead of the curve, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's get some weather images here. So I'll start with the sun. Where is it? Sunny. We'll get the SVG. Okay. Rename to weather, sunny, clear day. Then I'll put that in images. Good. Yeah, I know I won't, Anthony, I know. But I'm doing, again, as in the spirit of building up knowledge from the ground up, I'm doing vanilla, if that makes any sense. And then I'm going to get a clear night one as well. Let's see. Weather. Yeah, here. Bedtime. Moon stars. And I'll rename that. So I'll say weather, oops. Weather. Clear night. Good. Cool. Yeah, this is going to be kind of boring for the next bit here. I'm just going to be literally going through and getting images. I'll actually probably drag that over here so you guys can see. And then I'll add this as an object. So we'll say, what's the type that I defined? Weather status, image path day, image path night. So I'll say image path day is images. Or is that in? This is weather.typescript, yeah, so that should be fine. Weather, I don't know why it's not auto-populating the path. Clear day dot svg. What's the problem here? All right. Image path night. And then caption. Nice. Now we just have to do that for every single description, which is going to take a while. So bear with me. Okay, so let's just copy these. One. We'll say mainly clear. Was it mainly clear? Yeah, mainly clear. Again, this is probably an AI type job, but I'm just going to do it manually for the fun of it. Okay, so we're going to do a mainly clear. So we want like a sun with a little cloud. Like maybe this or something. And then we have a partly cloudy. Like, I guess I could use that for mainly clear and partly cloudy. Because there's not like 3 levels. I mean, I could probably also use other icon packs. Let's see the one that you sent. What ones does that have? Yeah, the icon pack you sent, Anthony, does not have any different. It's very similar. So I'll just leave it. I'll just have this for mainly clear and partly cloudy. Okay, good. And then we'll do weather partly cloudy day. Then we need one for the nighttime too. Partly cloudy night. Now I'll copy this for 2. 2 is partly cloudy. You created this today in React.js? Right on. That's awesome. Email.js? Cool. That's cool. All right. So let's get overcast. We want a cloud. Without anything on it. I don't know if that's going to happen. Cloud filter drama. Is there not just like a... I guess that's like the cloud. Let's see what the clouds are. Oh, there's just a cloud here. Okay, that's good. And then this same one can be used for day and night. Weather, overcast. Oh, hello, Stuns. How's it going? Okay, so we got those, and we gotta need fog, and then depositing rime fog. What the hell is that? Rime ice. Interesting. Okay, so we'll do fog. Foggy. Weather, fog. Going good. What project am I working on? I'm working on a basic weather app. Let me go back to the description. So essentially the idea is that we are going to, you can type the name of a city. We already set up most of the back end of this. So the city can be like London. And then you get the locations. I just have these like hard coded for now, just so that I don't have to make a lot of API calls. And then you could like, depending on what location shows up, you can like press get weather. And then it'll return an object with a bunch of weather data. And then using this data, I'm going to populate a little card down here that shows like the weather status, like basic stuff like temperature, surface pressure, feels like, wind direction, wind gusts, stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. And then we're going to style it probably tomorrow or the next day. I don't know when I'm going to go live after this. But yeah, that's what we're working on. In general too, like on the YouTube stream, you can check the description of the live stream to see what we're working on. I have a little brief description there. Yeah, it's cool. We're using the Odin Project, or I'm using the Odin Project as kind of like a guide. So it'll be weather fog. then we want the same for depositing rhyme fog for 48. There we go. Nice. So, you're currently working on the Odin project actually because of me, really? That's awesome, Stuns. That's really dope. Yeah, you can use my previous streams. I start like day one, I start like right at the beginning. So if you're watching this, you want to use my previous streams as like inspiration or like a guide, you can absolutely do that. So we need drizzle. Or rain. So I'll do light rain. Oops. And then heavy. And I'll put those into our project. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome, Stuns. Have you joined? You can join the Discord too if you're interested. We have a Discord server for my community, and then you can kind of share your progress on the Odin project. You can talk about web development. You can ask for help, stuff like that. So if that interests you, like I can drop a link. Actually, I'll do that right now. Yeah, it's kind of a little slow, Stuns, but if you want to post in it, myself and a couple other community members are fairly active, so we'll reply, and like you can ask for help and stuff like that. So yeah, as I say, it's a little small. Like we only have like 45 members ish, 44, something like that. People were leaving, like joining and leaving quite frequently because it was kind of dead. But hopefully, again, the goal is to build it up, right? Like that's kind of why I'm creating this channel and why I'm doing all this, because not only do I want to learn for myself, but I also want to build a community of developers of all skill sets to learn and grow together. So I hope that, if that interests you, you can jump on board. So yeah. I also do the, as you can see with the timer, I do the Pomodoro method to kind of stay focused. I mean, it works kind of. I think it's good to kind of have like a break. So I do 25 minutes of work, and then I do 5 minutes break, 25 minutes of work, 5-minute break. Rinse and repeat. And then I usually do 5 or 6 of those half-hour Pomodoros per stream. So the streams are usually like 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on how I'm feeling. Yeah, exactly, Stuns, exactly. I appreciate you for hanging around. You've been using the Pomo timer? Nice. Yeah, I find it helpful. Although last night we were kind of, doing API stuff, and it kind of, it fell out the window a little bit, but that's okay. Is there like a freezing rain icon? I wonder. No. I guess I could just use the same icon and then just the description would be changed, right? I don't think it's a big deal. There's no real drizzle icon. Like there's drizzle, rain, and freezing rain. So I'll probably use these all. How far into the Odin project? So I am. I finished the foundations course already, and then I did full stack JavaScript because I don't know Ruby. I've heard Ruby is old, so I didn't do Ruby. And I finished the intermediate HTML CSS, and I'm halfway through the JavaScript course, and working on the weather app project currently as part of the APIs section, asynchronous JavaScript and APIs. Oh, that's awesome, Stuns. That's okay. You can if you go again, as I say, if you go back to my earlier streams, probably like around day 10, I probably am around where you are now. Day 8, day 9, something like that. I was also very new to streaming then. I mean, I'm still new to streaming, but I was like, like you could tell earlier on, I was like super uncomfortable. But, you know, that's part of pushing it, right? Like pushing your limits to grow and kind of expand or at least for me, expand my comfortability with these things. Because I wanted to hold myself accountable. So... yeah. Add a loading component? Nah, I'm not going to do that. I don't think. Okay, let's get back into figuring this out. So 51, 52, 53. So we can probably copy these. 51, 52, 53. Weather, rain, lights. It was rain, light, yeah. Rain, light. Drizzle. Moderate. You've tried HTML, CSS, JS many times in the past. No, oh yeah. Yeah, the Odin project's great because it's free. And the other thing with the Odin project that I really like about it is that it gives you a lot of flexibility. And it kind of doesn't hold your hand. Like, I don't know for sure. I've never tried Free Code Camp, but I know Free Code Camp, the lessons are a little bit more hand-holdy. And I think to actually properly learn, you have to just jump into the code and like learn stuff on your own, even if it sucks and you don't know what you're doing. But you'll come through the other side eventually, right? Okay, and then freezing drizzle, I'll probably just end up doing the same for those. 56 or 57 and 56. Freezing. And then this will be the same. 61, 63, 65. Rain. Yo, how's it going, Mohammed? How are you? Have I seen the latest video by Veritasium? I have not. Yeah, no worries, Stuns. I'll check it out. What even is it? Let me see. Oh, the Linux video? Dang. Okay, I'll have to check that out. That's crazy. Okay, I'll have to watch that later. I'll have to watch that later. Probably when I'm like eating supper or something. This is 66, 67, freezing rain. There we go. Then we have snowfall. There's a difference between rain showers and snow showers. It's stupid. You watched the same topic, another channel called Fern about a year ago? That's cool. Let's get some snow up in here. There's no like mixed precipitation here. We'll do light snow. Maybe with the sun or like this. Moderate snow, heavy snow. Sure. Okay, Arvind, I can give you a little pitch here. So basically what we're doing is we're following the Odin Project, and I'm building a very simple weather app as a part of the JavaScript course. So currently working on getting weather images put in so that I can update the weather display. How far have I learned in my front-end journey? So I'm using the Odin Project, as I mentioned, to guide my journey, and I'm currently halfway through the JavaScript course. So I did the fundamentals course, intermediate HTML, CSS, and then I'm halfway through JavaScript, and then after this, I've got advanced HTML, CSS, React, databases, Node, and then after this, I guess I could do the getting hired one too. I'm going to make my own personal projects, I hope, and learn other frameworks and expand my knowledge. So, but I think I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish the Odin project. I would assume that it's going to take me, so assuming the JavaScript course is the biggest, my goal is to finish this by the end of April. So it's the last day of February. I think by the end of April I can finish this if I stream 5 to 6 days a week like I have been. So yeah. Okay, so let's import the snow objects. Let me select you. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, I'll definitely watch it, Rahul. I like Veritasium. I'm a fan. Okay, so I'll just copy this. So that's 71, 73, 75. And I should mention too that these numbers are codes that are returned from the weather API that I'm using that translate into weather statuses. On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult is and was JS for you? So I'm actually using TypeScript, Mohammed. So I would say JavaScript is easier, but it gives you more of a headache later on. But I would say, generally speaking, JavaScript by itself is like a 4 out of 10 difficulty, but TypeScript's like a 7 or a 6 because all the typing rules are kind of confusing. What do I feel about Java? I think Java is okay. I haven't used it much, Emmanuel. It took you almost 5 hours just to debug an error related to routing and AI. Made it worse? No. Ashmit, that sucks. There, see? Another testimony on why AI fucks you up. So. Okay, so we want snow green, so I would probably use like hail or something, right? Hail. I'll do this. Weather. Day added. Whoops. I'll drag that in. $77. Weather hail. Snow grains. Which are just hail. We'll do the rain showers and snow showers. Almost done this, guys. 81, 80, 81, 82. They're such arbitrary codes. 82. Rain showers. And then we'll do snow showers. Okay, so snow showers I would assume is snow. It's like a mix of snow and rain. Let's call it weather, snow, rain. Snow showers. And then I'll call this light. Where is it? Snow, rain, rename. Rain, snow, light. Weather, rain, snow, heavy. Good. '85, '86. Your entire download history is going to be full of weather forecast. Exactly. I'm going to delete it after. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll be fine. What was it? Snow showers. Slight. And then heavy. Now we just need to do thunderstorms. Thunderstorm. I don't know how to do thunderstorm with snow, though. Or with hail. I don't know. Let's do weather storm. Thunderstorm. And 95 is the code. And then thunderstorm with hail, slight, and heavy. Let's do storm. Let's see what's here. I guess I could just use the hail. No, I'll just use the thunderstorm. Wait, what was it? 96, 97? 96, 99. Okay. 96, 99. Thunderstorm with hail, slight. And thunderstorm with hail, heavy. Okay, that took forever. But now we are done the weather code data. So now what we can do is when we have a code, like one of these numbers that's returned from our API, we can use that to get the images and the caption to use for our display. So, hallelujah. Okay, although this is going to be an issue because the type is wrong now. So I need to do the weather. This needs to be weather status. Yeah, so the type was wrong. Call that weather status. Good. Okay. Done. So now we can get that data. So let me re-demonstrate what we have already. So if we query, I have this set to be like London, like rote, because I didn't want to make like a bazillion API calls just to test this. So I just have the rote data for London, the London query here. So then if we want to find like the weather of like London, Kentucky, we can get the weather here. We can see that it's 16 degrees apparent temperature, but it's actually 18.7. And then we can see our weather status is clear sky. And then we have the associated images. And then we know it's day. And we have like wind direction and wind speed and stuff like that. So we can use that to assemble a display for the weather, right? So we could probably look up like some, let me look up like weather app UI design. Let's see, just for inspiration. Yeah, so we'd have the image like up top, and then like the caption and the temperature. So we can start with just that. So that's going to be handled in this refresh weather display function right here. So that's where we're actually going to attach the weather display to. So weather display maybe, or weather div, and then so all of the weather stuff is going to go in this div, right? So first what we need to do is we need to create a variable that targets that weather div or container, HTML div, it's document dot query selector dot weather as HTML div element. So now we have that weather container, and then we can populate it. So we need to figure out, let's just like add things to it. So we'll say const weather image equals as an HTML image element, maybe, equals weather, or no, document, no, weather data dot, or no, actually, hold on, no, document dot create element image as HTML image element. Image. And then we can change the source. Dot what was it? Weather status dot image path. Oh yeah, right. Dot is day. We have to check whether it's is day or not. Otherwise, we get it for the night. Right? So that's the image. And then we do the caption as well. And then we'll get the temperature as well. Of course, we got to do a lot of document.create elements here. Right? And then we need to do weather temperature dot text content equals weather data dot temperature. And then we append these elements to the weather container, right, as children. We have the image first, and then the description caption. Oh wait, no, this needs to be container, not caption. Weather temperature. Okay. How do I delete this thing from? There's got to be a way to I'll worry about it after stream. Someone just advertising stream view botting in the Twitch chat, but I don't know how to moderate Twitch chat. Chat settings. I don't know. I need a moderator in here that knows what they're doing. Oh, what I can do here, I can just want to delete the message, dude. How am I doing? I'm doing all right, Diamond. I'm doing pretty decent. So now, this should theoretically work, right? We're still getting an error. Oh yeah, because of that. Yo, Torre, what's up? We've made a lot of progress. No more API nonsense anymore. So if we just... Okay, so the image doesn't work, but we have the status. Okay, cool. All right, so why doesn't the image work? Let's find out here. Images. Oh, because it's under source. That's why. Okay, let's try this then. Oh, it's mainly clear. Hold on. Let me just debug this. No, can't find the localhost / source / images. Oh, you know what? I have to refresh the deployment, I think. Does it update automatically or create another child node? It just refreshes that display. So like you can see, like if I go to the elements here, you can see that the weather data is populated in this div, Mohammed. But I need to, the paths are screwed up, but I think it's because when I npm run dev, I think I need to stop the deployment and redeploy to get the images to load into the file system. No? Oh, I need to import it? Okay. Can I import like all of them? Good, thank you for that. Import images. Oh, I see. Okay. You're right. Okay, so yeah. No, Tori's right. Tori's right. I forgot about that part. I was so focused on getting them in here. So I can say, I don't know how to import all of them. Oh. Okay, well. Let's just try this. Clear day from images, weather. But then I want the path from that, right? I guess I could actually change the type here to just point to a HTML image or an image. SVG. SVG element maybe. Because I want the path ideally, right? Oh, I would need to import it here. I think that's what I need to do. Because the paths are fine. What's wrong with this? Oh. Okay. Because the paths are good. I just think I need to import them here because this is where I'm using them. Right? Because I have, okay, so this is how I'm doing it. I have the image source that I'm creating as an element. I'm just confused why... Because if it's just the path, I don't see why I can't grab it here and then have it as like an image element because I'm creating the actual image element in the code. So I don't know why I have to import like the path necessarily. Because I'm not trying to import the file, I'm just trying to use the path to get the file, right? Oh. Maybe I need to import it in index.typescript here. I need to get all the images or something like that. Oh, when I do import clear day from images, store the path. Oh, okay. So would I import that in the display controller or the weather? I think I would import it here, right? And then is there a way to get the path from clear day? Like, so if I do what you said, Torre, so if I do import clear day from the images folder, weather clear day dot SVG. Oh, clear day is the path. Oh, ew. So if I just did this. Oh. Okay, it doesn't like this though. Cannot find module images, weather clear day, or its corresponding type declarations. Is it like its own module? I'm just confused why that doesn't work. Because I have in my Webpack config here, I have PNG, SVG, JPEG like as an asset resource module, right? So I don't know why this isn't working for this, or if that's maybe that's not the right. I don't know if you see what I'm going after here. Because this should flag it as a asset/resource module. I don't know. Let's go back and see if there's any importing nonsense with images here. Okay, that's just that. I guess I can check my old code and see what I did for that, because I know I had images for that. At least I think I did. Let me put it on this other screen here. Okay, no, I want this here. See what I did. So I have the images under source. Homepage, import logo from images, logo PNG. Oh. That seemed to be the exact same thing that I did here. This should work, unless, yeah, okay, so I have images, and then there's like, it doesn't say there's anything in there. That's what I'm a little confused about. Because there should be all these files, right? Do I have to build the... I wonder if the npm run build or something. And then I have to do npm run dev again. If that like recognizes, it could just be, no, didn't change anything. Okay, I'll figure it out. Yeah, can't resolve the images. What if I just did the main path here? Yeah, because it's in here. It's literally right here. Weather clear day.svg. Cannot find module. Bro. Did it even like... No, it didn't. Okay. Images not appearing. Webpack. Try adding the .svg at the end. Oh, sorry. I didn't see that. But it still says it doesn't load. Although, yeah, because if I now get the weather, yeah, it still doesn't actually have the image. No, you're right. Mohammed, you're right. I missed that part. But it says that it can't get the image. Wait, so what if I... Oh, because I'm not importing the right thing. Like, what if I did Kentucky instead? Oh, it worked. It worked. Okay, cool. Okay, we got it. No worries. Okay, I just had the wrong thing. Okay, so let's do clear day. So I need to import all these fuckers now. Okay. Import clear night. There's probably a better way of doing this. Clear night. Fog. And then this was hail. So it was 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think that's the number we need. So we have hail. Overcast. Partly cloudy day. Partly cloudy night. Rain, heavy. Rain. What's the next one? Light. Rain moderate. So after rain moderate, rain snow heavy. Then rain snow light. And then snow heavy, I think. And snow light. Yeah, it already worked with one here. Mohammed, it's kind of hard to see. Let me zoom into the thing here, but you can see here there's already the icon is here, so it did work for one of them. I tested it with the clear day, so I think it's snow light. Oh, snow moderate, snow light. Oh yeah, I forgot the timer. Okay. And then storm. Okay, so that's kind of ugly, but it is what it is. Okay, so clear day, and then clear night. Partly cloudy day. And the same for these. Overcast. fog. Rain light. About that error, try checking if it's within the file. Try seeing if there's any spelling mistake. With these? Maybe. I don't know. Here, let me just, yeah, because I don't know. I think maybe because it's not typed. Like, maybe as, like, if I do this as string, maybe? Or no? Maybe clear day as string. No. I don't know how to type declare this. That might be why. Maybe it's because it's not... I think this is because it's not typed. I think that's why it's screaming at me. I don't think it's a structural issue. But I'll address that after. Snow. Snow moderate. Whoops. Fuck that up. Yeah, it's definitely a typing thing. And rain light. Keep pressing the wrong arrow for selecting. There we go. Rain moderate. Rain heavy. Rain snow. Light. And then storm. Now the images are not the right color, of course, but that can be fixed. Yeah, so these are, the typing for this is weird. Okay, so I can get rid of this guy. Import type. import object as type. Because import type, yeah. It's not what I'm looking for. Turn a module into a type. No, that's not what I want. Because these are all just strings, right? So I don't know how to like type that. String, like no, that doesn't work. Because I tried to do like as string, but that's not the right way of going about it. Because I guess it's a value, right? Oh, like, and then I tried import clear day as string. That also doesn't work. I don't know. I don't think it breaks anything. I think it still works. It's just TypeScript being TypeScript. Like if I type in this, there, it says partly cloudy. 8.2 degrees. I also am gonna fill in the image with that should fix that. I'm gonna give the image a class. Weather image. And then for caption. And for the temperature. I'll do image caption. And then here, weather image. Then I can apply a filter to the SVG. Filter, SVG, CSS. How's it going, agent? How are you? So let's do like a black color. That should work. So now if we get our locations, there. Beautiful. So we can see London, England is partly cloudy, 8.2 degrees. London, Kentucky is clear sky, 19 degrees. Yeah, it should work fine. Okay, so let's add the other information that we want to the... we also probably want to refresh the display as well. So we're going to say the weather container dot inner HTML is, we'll blank it out so that it refreshes. So now if we click something, it grabs it, then we click another thing. Yeah. Cool. Looking good. Yeah. So what do we want to do next, guys? What else do we need for this refresh location display? What's the data that we have again? Let's go to the types. I want to fix this though. Can't find module. Oh, you know what it might be? It might be in here. wonder if there's a types. Does that fix this? TS config image type. Oh, I could just declare a value. When you call, what if I call the function within the function? Yeah, exactly. So if I click another one, like if I click London, England, it refreshes the DOM. See? Not the DOM, but the div. I don't know if you can see that. It's not styled yet, obviously, but it does work. It does work. So I think what we need to do is we need to declare it as a module. So I forgot about this. We'll do wait, why did that hide it? What the hell? Image module.ts and then declare. Actually, let's do module .svg const value string export default value. Okay, what's the problem here? Only ambient modules can use quoted names. Brother. Oh, const value anything? Or just this? Oh. No. Sorry, I'll show you what I'm looking at here. I don't know why this doesn't work. Invalid module name and augmentation. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. So we'll look it up. Module should either be resolvable or the file should not be a module itself. I wonder if this needs to be .d.ts. But then the problem is we're gonna lose it because it's hidden. Oh no, it doesn't, because it compiles into a declaration file. I forgot about that. Here we go. Someone's with the exact same problem here. We will instruct TypeScript to use any for all imports. Oh, right on, Stuns. How's it going? We're just fixing a typing issue with importing the images. I don't know why this doesn't work. Or does this need to be in the index? Maybe it doesn't like it in here specifically. So if we put it in here, No, it doesn't fix the issue. Yeah, like it does work. It's just this. Maybe I need to unhide the dot display or dot declare. Yeah, that's fine. Image module. Oh, there we go. Fixed it. Okay, good. We got it. We got it. Now there's no more errors because it knows what this is. It's a SVG. Right? Yeah, exactly. That's why. It's because everything in this is the tricky thing, Mohammed, is everything in TypeScript needs to have a type, right? Well, there's some things that are implicitly delete. Hold on, I might have accidentally. Hold on, let me see. Did I? No, okay, I'm good. I bumped my mic and it accidentally muted for a second. What was I gonna say? Everything is explicitly typed. So if I do like let test equals true or something, we're gonna get an error here because test isn't used, but it has an inferred type of Boolean because of the type that it's set to. But if I set it to like some empty object, or maybe it doesn't yell at me. Like if I do like property one thing, actually maybe it does infer the type. Yeah, it does. Okay, so it infers the type here. So some things have inferred types, but like other things like this, like the path isn't an inferred type. You have to like declare it as its own like module, which I still don't really fully understand, but like it kind of makes sense, I guess. I don't know. So sometimes when you're declaring stuff, it infers the type. Okay, so now we have the weather stuff working, and we need the other data here. So what data do we get from the weather thing? So we get time, temperature, apparent temperature. So we can do like apparent temperature. Const weather feels like or something. Div as HTML div. Location. Yeah, so I'll get that as well. That's a good point. Because I have the weather data, but I could also pass in, so to the weather display, I could pass in the location data as a object as well. You make a good point. Refresh location display for location data. I think, yeah, that's good. I'm live early today. Yeah, Jay. So on the weekends, I usually go live in the afternoon Eastern Standard because I don't have work. Wait, so in TypeScript, you need to tell it what type the variable is? In a lot of cases, yeah, stuns. In a lot of cases. As I said before, like if you declare a variable, like let thing equal 1, the inferred type of thing is number because the thing that I set it to has its own type. But in other cases, you have to like declare types explicitly. So whether a type can be inferred or not is the confusing thing for me. Oh, you're also in ESTJ? That's nice. Finally, somebody who's in my time zone, because everybody that follows the stream that I've known, like Razorblade, like Razorblade's in Europe. A lot of folks are in Asia. So it's like really awkward timing for a lot of people, but I'm glad you're in EST as well. It's finally someone's kind of on the same. So you're probably in like the States. That's cool. Okay. So we have the feels like, and then we'll do weather feels like dot class name. Or something. If I can type. Nice. Cool. So I'll say weather feels like dot text content equals weather data, or actually no, feels like, and then weather data dot apparent temperature, and then we'll append that to the weather container. So now if we get that, it says London is clear sky, 8.2 Celsius, feels like 5. 3:36 p.m. Yep, we're on the same time. You can actually see in the top right stuns, it's 3:36 p.m. On the 28th of February for me. It's kind of small, but it's up here. Yeah. Yep. I'm 5 hours behind. Oh, yeah, okay. It is coming together. It's coming together. I think I'll spend like another 5-10 minutes adding the data here, like the feels like, and then like the wind speed and stuff like that. And then I have stuff to do later, so I should probably go. I'll probably end the stream around 4-ish, 3:50, 4 o'clock, and then I'll probably go live tomorrow or Monday. I haven't decided. I might take tomorrow off. And then we can style this more. So we need to get like we can get like the title of get the new location item. As this. So I'll say const location title HTML div document.create div as HTML div, and then class name something like that. Oh, selfishly because you have to work. I might, Jay. But I probably actually will, because I've noticed as well that Sunday streams are slow anyway, and this is my 5th day straight. So I think I'm ready for a day to just chill. And it's the weekend too, so be nice to just chillax. But then I should mention next weekend I'm going to be off both Saturday and Sunday because I'm going to be out of town visiting family. So, but I'll be streaming all week. I might take one weeknight off depending on how work is, but I'll stream at least 4 nights this week as well. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Okay, so weather feels like, yeah, we have the location title, and then we need to add the source to that, right? Is this? Oh, location data, right? Data. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna have some fun celebrating my my girlfriend's birthday, which will be great. So that's next weekend. So hold on, let me. Yeah, so then I can just append it to the weather container. Location title. So now if I should mention that I can put anything in here. I'm returning dummy location data so that I don't have to make an API call every time, because I only have 3,000 API calls. I'm not going to run out of 3,000 API calls, but just for ease of use here. I will, Jay. I'll say that my community collectively wishes her a happy birthday. She's been super supportive of this whole project as well. Like the YouTube stuff, which has been great, honestly. So, okay, so let's see, get weather. Yeah, and then so now we have the title. So we have London, England, Great Britain, clear sky, 8.2 degrees. We can get like Kentucky, stuff like that. Again, the styling's garbage, but we'll fix it in time, right? That'll be like a Monday thing. And then I just need to add the other statistics here. Maybe like maybe we could get the time as well. The only problem with the time is it's all returned in GMT. So like it's not like relative to the location that's grabbed from. So that's kind of annoying. So we'll have wind direction, wind gusts, wind speed, and surface pressure. So these are like the main ones that we'll do as well. And again, this is like a gross way of DOM manipulation. This is why vanilla JS is disgusting, but it's part of the deal here. So we'll say weather, wind, direction, HTML div, element, div as HTML div element. I'll duplicate that so we don't have to do a bunch of typing. Weather, wind direction, gusts. Where's it? Wind gusts, and then wind speed, and then weather, surface pressure. Keep the other details in more. The simple looks perfect. Okay, I could do that. So, Mohammed, like when we style this further, we can screw around with how the DOM is structured, right? So what we could do is we could have another div called like additional or like weather details or like more details or something, or what should I call it? Like weather extras or something, extra details. And then I can make this as a div as well. And then I could make this div like Oh, if I want to lose hair, throw a table. What I was thinking of doing, Jay, is maybe putting it into like a CSS grid or something. After, like when we do the styling, I think that's probably what we're gonna end up doing, or at least Flexbox or something like that. So I'll put all the extra details in its own div here. So we'll say that we'll just add the weather. I also hate just basic HTML tables. It makes more 100%. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, thanks, Mohammed. I think you're right though. I think having like a little like button here that says like see more details, and then it like you open it up. It's like almost like a toggleable thing, and then you can like check out like the wind speed and the wind gust and stuff like that. Weather, wind, direction. Wind, gust, speed, and surface pressure. Wind speed and pressure. Okay, I'm just gonna leave the timer because I'm almost done here. I'm just gonna wrap this up. Surface pressure, and then we need to add the content here. So we'll say weather, wind direction. Wind direction. Wind speed. And then surface pressure. You would offload the fetch. Wait, so what do you mean when, okay, so what do you mean by offloading the fetch? Because the, oh, I see what you mean. Sorry. So have like only fetch the data that you need. I see what you're saying. So like only like have a smaller fetch. I see what you're saying. I could do that, but the query, I think, just returns everything anyway. Like, so this is the query I do. Oh yeah, well no, it doesn't actually. I could limit the query here. I could, but it doesn't take that long anyway. So I might just leave it. Yeah, the initial does return it, and I honestly don't think, for what it's worth, for the simplicity, I think just having one fetch is fine, because it's gonna add like maybe like a millisecond extra time or something. So I think for what it's worth, I think just having the one fetch is okay. So, right. So now we have the details. Okay, and then I need to append all of these children, which is going to be a pain in the butt here. So I'll say weather extra details dot class name. Let's call it weather extras or something, or details. Keep it consistent. Weather container dot append weather extra details. And then I need to append all of those elements to the extra details div. Yeah, exactly. Weather. Actually, I need to have the feels like up here with these ones, and then group it like this. Weather, wind direction. Whoops. Wind direction. Wind gusts. Speed. And surface pressure. Good. You really need to learn APIs, React, and TypeScript. Been a few months studying on your own and guided by AI. Yeah, that's fair, Mohammed. Well, if you want to learn alongside me, then feel free. I think in the last couple days, with the help of Jay and Razorblade, I've learned quite a bit of, and others too. Torre has been helpful. I've learned APIs like decent. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm a master, but you know, I think it's turned out pretty well for this project. Well, yeah. Again, you can watch the previous like 2 VODs. Like day 28, 29, and today we go through it. And then you know what else, Mohammed? If you want to join our Discord, you can pop in there and like feel free. Honestly, the Discord's dead, kind of. Like if you have any questions about APIs or anything, ask them in the Discord, and like one of us will answer you. I'm almost certain. So if you want like help with your learning, like please like take advantage of that. Like Razorblade in the Discord, he's one of the mods. He's super helpful. I could take a crack at answering. There's a bunch of other folks in there that are very knowledgeable. You've been working on a SaaS for crafters that integrate into Shopify and Etsy. That's cool. One of my buddies from high school is an art major, and he does a lot of cool stuff with crafts, and he has an Etsy. Yeah, here, I'll drop the link. You can pop in there if you want to. Okay, so I think this is done. So if we just do this. Oh wait, it doesn't add the wind speed. Why is it not showing the... Oh, because I don't change the... that would be why. There we go. It's not a percent sign. Why is that a percent sign? Should be a degrees. I don't know why that is a percentage. But I'll figure that out tomorrow. So weird. All right, not there. Be in here. Console log weather data. I want to see this. Yeah, why is the wind direction as a percentage? It's stupid. On Mac, the degree symbol is option 8. Nice. Oh, that's fair, Mohammed. It's mostly rote learning. That sounds like hell, actually. Not gonna lie. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna fix this. I need to get rid of this last character. So I need to what's the string? JS string split or something. Is it split? And then does it return a new array? Oh no, it's not split. Slice? Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, I could do dot replace. You're smarter. Okay. Thank you for that. You are a genius. Okay, option 8. The only problem is this is also gonna change. Option 8 is tied to my window manager too, so that's gonna be, or not my window manager, my, what's it called? Yeah, I guess it's a window manager. I just copy paste it from here. There we go. That should work now. Nice. Cool. Yeah. Oh, option shift. Sorry, my bad. You're right. Let's try that. Oh, that didn't work at all. That did something else with my window manager. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, it's because it's mapped to multiple different things. I'll just leave it. It's fine. Because okay, so option shift. If you're selected on a window and then you type option shift and then a number, it switches the window that's currently selected to that workspace in the new aerospace window manager I have right here. So I've got different workspaces. Like I've got the Palmo Focus and chats on workspace 1. I've got OBS on workspace 2, and then I've got my this workspace, like 10 is what I'm streaming, and then 11 is like the other monitor that I got working, thank God. Which has been huge for the stream, I'm not gonna lie. Ew from a non-streamer, yeah, I know. But for the streaming, it helps so much, I'm not gonna lie, like having everything. And then the other thing I'm hoping to get from this is maybe at some point I can convert this degrees into like, so it can say like southwest, southwest, northeast, whatever, and then I could put that there. We could have a like little helper function that does that conversion. So anyway, I think for today, actually, you know what I'll do? I'll do one more thing. I'll get the location data back, so we actually do the API call. And then we can search up a new spot. So this is actually going to use the API. So let's do, I don't know. Let me think of a city. I don't know why I thought Anaheim. So we have Anaheim, California. So we can get the Anaheim, California weather. So it's partly cloudy, 30 degrees. It's pretty warm. See? It works. It's pretty good. And then in Nebraska, it's probably going to be colder. Yeah, 8.8 degrees. Yeah. I could also convert that to Fahrenheit too. Like I could have a function that converts this value into Fahrenheit. Like 8 degrees Fahrenheit is like, or sorry, 8 degrees Celsius is like 40, 47, 46 Fahrenheit. Let me actually check that. Celsius. So 8.8 is, where was it? Did it convert? Oh, I pressed clear, not calculate. Yeah, 47.84. Cool. Try India, Delhi. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I need to clear this list too. So we have Delhi, India here. Okay, so in Delhi, it's clear. It's nighttime. It's 18.4 Celsius. And there's the stats. There's not much wind. I need to clear out that list, though, for the location display. Location list. Oh, multiply by 3.6? Nice. Okay. I think for the directions come in letters. Yeah, exactly. They do, Mohammed. That's how I would do it. Yeah, it's cool. So like we can give it like one more crack. Like let's do Orlando because that's where we were doing yesterday or the day before that. So we have Orlando, Florida, and it's overcast, 20 degrees. Very cool. Very cool stuff. And then we'll obviously format that to look nice. But yeah, the weather app is coming together. It was a lot of struggle city in the console. I'm going to keep this dummy location data commented out so that I can use it for just the display so that I don't have to keep doing API calls. Check Arizona. Okay, I'll do Arizona. I'll do Phoenix. I'll do Phoenix, Arizona because it's the only city I know in Arizona. Phoenix is 32 degrees Celsius right now. Very hot. So, and again, this doesn't show, I should iterate that this doesn't show, it's just the current weather. It's not there's no hourly forecast or anything. I could do that. I could add like an hourly forecast feature, but I think for just the sake of this app, like learning APIs, I think just this is enough. Where am I working, Shaw? I actually work in IT. I don't work in what's it called? I don't work in like software yet. The joy you get when I work as far as that's great. I appreciate that. But this is why I do this, guys, because this, like, talk about like dopamine. Like I get dopamine when this stuff works. Like it's really cool. I don't know. That's why I started this whole thing because it's fun. But anywho, I think I'm gonna end it for today. But today was really fun. And I had a lot of fun. Actually, I'm gonna commit here. Oh, whoops. We'll do a git commit. So we'll say integrate DOM manipulation with APIs. Call location or query location from search bar list locations and query weather from selected location. Put weather data onto DOM with display manager or controller objects. There we go. Nice. Yep, sounds good. All right, I'll see you guys. See you guys later. Probably Monday. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody.